You're sitting in seat 23A, sipping your coffee and enjoying the view outside the window, when suddenly the plane hits a patch of turbulence. The seatbelt sign flickers on, and the flight attendants rush to secure the cabin. As you feel the plane shaking and rattling, you can't help but wonder what's really going on outside that window to cause this bumpy ride. Is it something to do with the weather, the air itself, or maybe even the plane's engines? You look out the window, but all you see is a sea of white clouds or maybe a clear blue sky. It's hard to tell what's causing the turbulence. And here's the surprising part. Turbulence is actually a lot more common than you think, and it's not just limited to cloudy or stormy weather. In fact, it can occur even on a perfectly clear day. So, what is turbulence exactly and what causes it? Let's take a closer look. As we explore the world of turbulence, you'll see that it's not something to be afraid of, but rather a natural part of flying. So, buckle up and let's find out what's really going on when we hit those bumpy skies. Vocabulary: turbulence, cabin, attendants, engines, cloudy. Let's take a step back and imagine you're standing by a river on a calm day. You feel the gentle flow of the water around your legs. Now, picture that same river during a windy day. There are swirls, eddies, and some areas where the water seems to push against others. That's kind of similar to what's happening in the air. Air currents work similarly. When you're flying, the airplane is flying through these currents, just like your legs would be moving through the river. Sometimes you'll hit a bit of rough water. These are gusts and eddies that can cause the plane to bump or shake a little. These air currents can come from various sources. Wind. Just as wind on land can cause ripples in a lake, strong winds at high altitudes create turbulence. Updrafts and downdrafts. Like how water rises up in some parts of a river due to underlying currents, the air behaves similarly. Warm air can rise while cooler, denser air sinks, creating areas where the air is moving up and down. These air movements are incredibly common, with most turbulence occurring at certain altitudes or when flying through specific weather conditions like thunderstorms. So, next time you're in a plane and feel that little bump, remember it's just the natural flow of the atmosphere. The pilots have training to handle these currents, ensuring your flight is as smooth as possible, even if it feels like you might be sailing on a river full of rapids. Let's talk about the weather. You're sitting in seat 23A, and suddenly you feel a little jolting as the plane starts to move up and down a bit more than usual. The question is, what causes this turbulence, and how do we deal with it? And here's the surprising part. Turbulence is often linked to weather systems. Think of these weather systems like fast-moving rivers of air. When you're on a plane, sometimes you find yourself in the middle of one of these air currents. Imagine you're out kayaking on a calm lake. Now, imagine suddenly a strong wind starts to blow, creating waves that make your kayak rock back and forth. The same thing can happen with planes. When they fly into these fast-moving air currents, it creates the turbulence we feel. Some of these weather systems are as clear as a blue sky. You might be enjoying good visibility outside the window, but inside the plane, you're experiencing bumps. These are often associated with thunderstorms. Thunderstorms can create incredibly strong updrafts and downdrafts, which make planes move up and down suddenly. But here's the reassuring part. Pilots are trained to navigate these safely. They use sophisticated tools like radar to help them see through clouds, just like you might use a flashlight to find your way in the dark. When they spot turbulent areas, they can often avoid them by adjusting their altitude or route. Incredibly rare is it for turbulence to be dangerous. It's most commonly uncomfortable and can sometimes cause minor injuries, but planes are built to withstand these conditions. The modern aircraft have a lot of extra space around the seats to absorb some of that motion, making your ride smoother than you might think. So, next time you feel that gentle rock as the plane moves in response to weather systems, remember, it's just part of the journey, and your pilots are handling it with skill and care. Stay calm and enjoy the view. You're sitting in seat 23A, cruising at 30,000 feet, and the sky outside is a brilliant blue, not a cloud in sight. But then, without warning, the plane hits a patch of turbulence, and you feel a jolt. This is clear air turbulence, a phenomenon that can be just as surprising as hitting a pothole on the road. Like that pothole, clear air turbulence is unexpected, but it's not usually dangerous. It's caused by wind currents and air pockets that can form in clear air, even when there are no clouds or storms around. And here's the part most people don't know. Pilots use special tools to try and detect clear air turbulence before it happens. These tools include weather radar and turbulence forecasting models, which help them predict where pockets of turbulent air might be. It's not an exact science, but it helps pilots take steps to minimize the impact of clear air turbulence on the flight. So, the next time you hit a patch of turbulence on a sunny day, just remember it's like driving over a pothole. Unexpected, but not usually a cause for concern. And with pilots using their tools to navigate these air pockets, you can feel reassured that you're in good hands. Want to know more about how pilots stay safe in turbulent skies? Vocabulary: turbulence, pothole, wind, currents, forecasting. So, how do pilots and airlines ensure your safety during turbulence? It's a combination of careful planning, advanced weather forecasting, and robust plane design, all working together to minimize the impact of turbulence on your flight. First off, let's talk about flight planning. Before you even board the plane, the route is carefully chosen by experienced pilots and dispatchers who use detailed weather maps and forecasts. They look for smooth air paths, avoiding areas where turbulence is likely to be strong or persistent. It's like picking the smoothest part of a bumpy road, just much more complex. And here's the surprising part. Pilots are continuously monitoring weather conditions throughout your flight. Modern aircraft have powerful onboard systems that can provide detailed weather information, including radar and satellite imagery. Think of it as having a real-time map of the sky right in front of you. If they spot any turbulence ahead, they'll try to make adjustments to the flight path or altitude. Now, let's discuss plane design. Modern commercial aircraft are incredibly well-engineered to handle all kinds of weather conditions. The wings and fuselage are designed with aerodynamic features that can withstand strong air currents. In fact, many planes are tested in wind tunnels to simulate turbulence conditions much more intense than anything you'd encounter on a passenger flight. And here's another cool aspect: cabin safety measures. During the pre-flight briefing, crew members go over safety protocols and emergency procedures with all passengers. They ensure everyone knows where the nearest seatbelt sign is located and how to use it during turbulence. The cabin lighting is dimmed, and seats are fastened whenever there's any risk of turbulence. It's like putting on your seatbelt for a roller coaster ride, just in case. So, while you might feel a bit wobbly in your seat when the plane bumps around, rest assured that it's all part of a meticulously planned process to keep everyone safe and comfortable. The next time you're flying, take a moment to appreciate the incredible engineering and technology behind every smooth and safe flight. So there you have it. Turbulence is caused by a mix of air currents, weather systems, and other factors like mountain waves or jet streams. It might feel scary at first, but the good news is planes are built to handle it with ease. Think about it this way. Every time you step into an airplane, you're entering a high-tech flying machine designed for safety and comfort. The wings, engines, and even the seats all work together to keep everything smooth, even when the air isn't. And here's the surprising part. Most of what you feel during turbulence is just your seat trying its best to hold on to. Now, you might be wondering, why does a pilot always seem so calm? Well, that's because they've seen it all. Pilots are trained to manage any situation with precision and poise. Even in the most turbulent conditions, their goal is simple: keep things as safe and comfortable as possible for everyone on board. And let's not forget, flying remains one of the safest ways to travel. Incredibly rare are the incidents that cause serious harm, making planes the gold standard in transportation safety. So next time you're sitting at 23A and feel a slight bump, just take a deep breath and remember, you're safe, comfortable, and most importantly, part of one of the safest journeys ever taken. If you'll never look at a plane the same way, you know what to do. Subscribe. Join us for more explanations that make flying a little more fascinating and a lot less mysterious. Because understanding how things work can turn any journey into an adventure.